Follow-up advice on demos, demoing the midfield. More of today was about this. I mean, it's just awkward. It looks like, talk to another player, maybe someone watching right now. Wow, this dude's ball chasing. He has no respect for teammates. That's like a result, an effect of this. That's what it looks like, but it's more awkwardness on their POV. Where Smyrna, you just need to, like, if you're midfield right now. You're covering this zone or your goal line, or if you're pushing here, double with the teammate. And then I'd rather work through double commits or like incredibly risky game sense than to see you like be indecisive across every single opportunity. And I'm just going to show your teammate's POV, but you're a good player. It's probably obvious. This dude's like, okay, oh, where did he come from? What the heck? Where did my homie just come from? Smyrna is low mid Grand Champ 1. Didn't play too much threes, which is all good. Decided to keep on threes review this month and switch to twos next month probably. Sounds good. Whatever you want. You could swap. You can do one, like whatever your goals are. If keep it very simple. You want to be a better twos player, better threes player, but each playlist kind of promotes different qualities of a player. All right. Previously talked about demos with Smyrna. Probably won't talk about that because demos are pretty straightforward. Grand Champ 1. All good. We'll see if this continues. We just get a little positionally stuck. It really just stemmed from this flip. That's what led into it, but we're going to let this play. Not the same play, but the root of the play, like we instantly flipped here, but it's loss of awareness, right? Which that's very broad. But we're not aware of what this opponent's doing with the ball. We're also not aware of their third man pushing the midfield, which happens to be the same player. We'll take a look. Good. It's a good challenge. I'm just going to maybe I'll make miscellaneous comments for the next little bit. Like not replay, but like just going forward until we got it. It's very easy. Some people think I'm obsessed with demos, but regardless of a player's play style or a coach's preference, every single time you rotate back to defense, this player needs to be demoed. Every time. That's just how you play high-level threes. If there's going to be a shot on net, it's most likely this player picking up a rebound, or this player is going to play the ball next. So if you demo this player, your team has open space. You're also eliminating the threat. Outside of playstyle, anything, those are just demos that need to happen every time. Good. But like today's not about demos. The bigger thing was the awareness, but this replay is picking up. But like again, like loss of awareness for this midfield threat. Right? We get kind of cut. As in, look at your POV. Okay, we're back post. We just had this save. Right? I know things are quick and choppy and high level play. We just saved the ball, okay, and it's like, okay, teammate's gonna play it, maybe teammate ball side cuts, blah blah blah. Okay, that didn't happen. We creep out, kind of this improper anticipation of the play, and then okay, we'll go back, and then all of a sudden we get cut. We got, this is awkward. This is uncomfortable. It works out, but that's awkward. Today is not about demos. I already said that, but the more you just understand the bigger picture progression with this, the more that you demo the midfield on the way back to defense and have awareness for this demo, I promise you, the more natural awareness you will have that someone is cutting you right now. It's an easy way to train that midfield coverage. Works out though, but bigger problem is awareness. It's getting specifically tied to defensive midfield. Good challenge. Nice try. I mean, couple offensive challenges I don't like either, but not enough for me to pinpoint. What I want to highlight is exactly what you just did is what we need to have awareness on defense. You just cut the midfield, right? Like, if you're doing it on offense, you need to know that people are going to do that to you on defense. I think it's almost a resurface on week one in a way. But I just straight up get a defensive coverage vibe from this, not just midfield, but I feel like, okay, problem, losing awareness, more specific. It's tied to defensive midfield, transition midfield, like this zone as players are moving the ball up the field, but here as well. Why is it happening? Demos was like this. Demos was an indirect way to train, also following up on last week. But we are, let me find the example. I think there was a couple of them. You keep creeping, where this is like a funky concept for Grand Champ, because in Grand Champ you don't have to play back post anymore because you have the mechanics to deal with situations that a back post position would promote at lower levels. Like you have the mechanics to deal with defensive backboard reads. So like back post isn't as relevant. I don't care about back post. I more so care about this autopilot creep out of the net when teammates don't have ball control and like we don't have a grasp of the play. We're just creeping out of the goal line. Back post is obviously important and an easy focus, and it's not like you never do back post in Grand Champ. But like we creep out of the net and it's like leading into this awkwardness, but yet we're not covering the midfield either. Like you're either a goal line where you're covering the goal, a backboard where you're covering the backboard, or a midfield. And you're getting stuck in this in-between zone, which is what's like causing this loss of awareness, I think. And for me, like I always like to consolidate to one thing, but like I think we're not as icy and controlled on defense, and that's why offense looks a little divey. I don't want to tackle offense. That was good. Really what I'm looking for, dude. Like it's just like if you're goal line, play goal line. If you're like, okay, I'm gonna rotate through and track pads and cover mid, then rotate and track pads and cover mid. If you're gonna like fake into backboard or fake into goal line, then fake into backboard and play goal line or whatever. But like say you're like tracking the ball and stuck, and I know like you kind of have to do this. Like what you're doing, like I get as a player, like duh, you want to track the ball, you want to maybe save, get a quick redirect. But my issue with this, your indecision like starts now. Like you either commit or commit. And like pick one. Our loss of the read is like starting here, and it's tied to that creep out of the net that I showed before. And what it is at a base level, you are reacting, you're not anticipating. And that's why like I truly think sticking to a goal line, sticking to a backboard, or covering the midfield and putting like this broad blanket of trust of your rank to some point that, okay, if teammates going to go up for this, he will, someone's like, you don't need to play this. Like maybe he can't play it, but I know this is a dicey play, but I honestly feel like you could just like trust that he's either going to solo play, he didn't. I just want to see you stick to a position. I'm going to try to find a better example. I know this is an issue. The issue is reacting. It's making us lose awareness, and it's because we're not sticking to a position or anticipating a position, and then it leads into this, and this is why I'm saying it's all connected, meaning, okay, our defense is awkward, not controlled, and then we move up the field, and that's why we're making offensive mistakes. And like I could tackle offense or defense. I don't want to tackle both because that gets overwhelming. We're going to rotate back. I mean, that's fine. That works. Well, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. I guess it doesn't work. I was going to harp on this play, but I was trying not to be a meanie. Would you rotate back? You're thinking, am I playing ball? Am I playing midfield? Am I playing a back post? I mean, yeah, you went for a cheeky corner boost steal, but like this is how the demos connect. Like you could just demo this player from behind. This player challenges. Someone gets open space. You could play here. Not the best option. Or you could play here. Or you could dive this. And really my issue with it, you're in between like nearly every decision, right? And that's why it looks like we're reacting. Like, are you diving this? Are you playing boost? Are you... Okay, we're doing that. Okay, we're cutting this. And you're just like, Not that you need to think in advance. Wouldn't really recommend like thinking in advance like a chess match, but we need some sort of play anticipation. I'll take that as a mediocre example. It's still inefficient, right? I don't get a vibe that you're ball side rotating, and you're definitely not a ball chaser. It's not that, but like, I'm going to use this as a good example, as in you played a goal line. I don't like how we rotated to get to the goal line. Like, it was just awkward. This is why it's awkward. Like, picture your teammate. Okay, this is awkward. Okay, I'll do that. All right, I'll sit in the net. Okay, Smyrna's there. And okay, Smyrna's okay. Right, see how this dude's just like, okay, what the heck is going on? Like, everyone's clogging the one side of the field. And I'm just showing this is the problem is bad for you individually because you're losing awareness, but it's not clean for teammates to understand. And I'm using this as a good example because you at least stuck to a goal line. I will also use it as a bad example where I played the ball, and it's the same thing. It's on defense. Like I'm saying, midfield, goal line, backboard, pick one, or ego the corner, pick one. But it's like kind of that decision making across all positions, pick one. Like if you're rotating ball side, you're controlling boost, or you're demoing this player, or you're playing this redirect, pick one. But don't just rotate ball side. Otherwise, cover the midfield. Like we got everyone rotating ball side. And maybe it is ball side. Maybe I could track a trend there. I just want you to understand that I would say there's more value here in demoing or covering this player than there is tracking a ball side rotation, stealing boost, clogging up all this space, and then running into this like awkward situation. And like that rotation / indecision is what affects our ability to transition and create good offense. I don't think it's ball side though. Maybe it is maybe rotations is an easier way to deal with this. I think it's just indecision. Rotate, leave the play, good. We're playing back. Like if you play back, you're playing back. We fill a second, we fill a second. This is it. Like this, I think we like narrowly focus on defense. That's like the biggest trend I could pull from this. It's not, ball side has a part of it, but dude, if you're goal line, you're goal line. If you're midfield, you're midfield. If you're backboard, you're backboard. If you're doubling and attacking this corner, you're doing it without hesitation. I don't necessarily care about the more efficient option. We just need to clean up our defensive positioning, and then we could like build in efficiency. Like right now, we're just like stuck between everything, and then that's why I said it's a creep. Like you're just stuck between positions. And it works, and this is why, like, I mentioned that comment about you don't need back post in Grand Champ. Like, people have the mechanics to deal with awkwardness. But I think you need to almost, like, refocus traditional elements in a way. Clean things up. And then we'll work more stuff in. So this is, like, it all looks the same, right? It's just this... Is ball going here? Is ball going there? Like, you're just constantly reacting. Like, if you're demoing this player, you're demoing this player. If you're playing this pre-jump, you're playing the pre-jump. If you're playing a goal line, you're playing the goal line. You're in between everything, right? Like, I know that's hard to pick one and do it without hesitation. That's why I think it's easier to, like, tackle it via positions. You could also tackle it by just going balls to the wall aggressive and just like have no filter on it and just attack everything to get a cleaner, to be cleaner from your POV, but bad for the team. It's just pick one, pick a decision. I really think when we're on offense, everything's a lot more clear cut. It's mostly that. Good job. It's mostly the rotation back to defense. That's why I'm like, is it ball side? Is it rotations? But follow-up advice on demos, demoing the midfield. More of today was about this. I mean, it's just awkward. It looks like, you know, talk to another player, maybe someone watching right now. Wow, this dude's ball chasing. He has no respect for teammates. That's like a result, an effect of this. That's what it looks like. But it's more awkwardness on their POV. Where Smyrna, you just need to, like, if you're midfield right now. You're covering this zone or your goal line, or if you're pushing here, double with a teammate. And then I'd rather work through double commits or like incredibly risky game sense than to see you like be indecisive across every single opportunity. And I'm just gonna show your teammate's POV, but you know you're a good player. It's probably obvious. This dude's like, okay, oh, where did he come from? What the heck? Where did my homie just come from? I think maybe on another day I could have tackled this through rotation, to be honest. Like a very traditional like 1-2-3 rotation, but I like positioning. Kind of just went down that route. I think like the bigger picture, it's like clean up defense to get the ball out better, to get on offense because you play well on offense and you play well on transition. This is a quick play, but it's like, why do we play well on transition? Well, you read the play properly and you're in a good position. So like that's where, you know, if you're goal line right now, you're not going to get this ball, but like positioning helps set up mechanics. So that's kind of because I want this. Like, we need to, I wouldn't say you're like an outstanding, crazy transition offensive player, but you definitely look way better on transition than defense. Just pick a decision. I remember this mantra, like if you're goal line, you're goal line. If you're gonna send this, you're sending it, dude. An ego challenge is an ego challenge because you have no fear and you just send it. You never want to take an ego challenge carefully, ever. The whole point of an ego challenge is to ball chase and go balls to the wall, aggressive. Final example. This one looks like ball stop rotations. Maybe like consolidation. Pick a goal line, pick a midfield, pick a backboard, pick an ego corner play. Demo the midfield, rotate across the midfield, get out of the ball side. Everything is just, and this is end of game, so obviously you're trying to play more aggressive, but this happened in the beginning of the game. What we're trying to avoid, like your awkward POVs where you're stuck reacting that look like this. Okay, do I play that? Do I play this? Okay, oh, do I play that? No, I'll play this. Like you're trying to avoid that indecision. But we're also trying to avoid this, where a teammate's like, okay, does teammate have it? Okay, I got it. Oh, now I see my other teammate, Smyrna, come into POV. Like, you want to make things very easy and clean. And then, like, honestly, man, the eventual goal is for me to, like, look at your gameplay and call you boring. Because, like, you need more creativity. You need to not be clean. You're playing too traditional. But for now, it's just kind of clean things up a little bit. All good. End of game. That's where I'd leave it. Good stuff, Smyrna. I know I kind of ripped you apart, but seriously good stuff in that you are submitting here. And trust the process, dude. Trust the process.